Just want to ask you, okay, before I begin this session, when you write the word research or when you hear the word research, what comes into your mind?
Ma'am, basically about like scientists maybe working in labs, or maybe
Scientists working in lab.
investigators, or
Okay.
maybe investigators doing some research like IB people and all.
Okay, okay. No, definitely scientists, okay, they do research, but maybe, you always don't need, coat, white coat and lab for this. You can do research sometimes just, sitting at home with good internet connection and a laptop also, right? So, before I explain you, what research is, okay, so I just show you a few things here. What do you see over here?
Indicates the speed that requires to be driven in a highway, the maximum speed we can
Exactly.
drive at.
Yeah, the maximum speed, in India, sometime on highways, we say it's 60 kilometers per hour. But, somebody must have decided this number, 40 kilometers, 60 kilometers. Why is it not 38 kilometers? Why is it not 42 kilometers per hour? Why 40 kilometers per hour?
Maybe they have observed about it, they have studied about it, or
What
I
did
don't
they
know, maybe
observe? What did they observe?
to find out, I guess.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, I'll show you another figure over here. Do you see, what is this here?
Ma'am, 75% attendance is
Ye-
mandatory.
Exactly, in school, that's the rule generally by CBSE that to appear for your board exam of 10th and 12th, you generally require, some 75% attendance. But my question goes is, why 75 percentage? Why not 72, 70? Or 80 percentage? How does this 2 or 3 percentage makes a difference?
Maybe they have done something, ma'am, on it.
Okay, okay. So, these small numbers, okay, which we are dealing with like in our everyday life, okay. It is like, it has not been derived just by, some random decision I mean, it was just not a one-day discovery. These numbers have been derived, okay, through some solid research. So when I say 40 kilometer per hour, somebody must have studied that how many vehicles are there on road, what speed limit should be maintained so that everyone should be safe on the road, right? Similarly, here 75 percentage, 25 percentage leverage is given to every student, to kind of not come to school because, some kind of analysis must have been done that with this percentage, with this attendance percentage, student can perform fairly decent. And let's suppose, student is not well, or maybe some other I mean, somewhere else they have to go, then 75 percentage is the leverage given. But then, yeah, it's just not like through one day, they have come out with this number. No, it's a long research, okay, someone has done it. So when we talk about research, it consists of two words, okay? Re plus search. Now, the word re means again and again, and search means to find out something which is, kind of new. So, when a person observes something again and again, some phenomena, some pattern, and he or she collects the data, analyze the data, and come to some conclusion. Now, this is what research is, the meaning of research is. Now, that means it's a systematic and disciplined inquiry, some inquiry you're planning to do, something, that aims to discover, interpret, and expand knowledge in a specific field of study. It's a systematic and disciplined inquiry, you're trying to do, right? Okay. So it involves some formulation of research question or some kind of a hypothetical question, some hypothesis. You design some methodology that, how will you derive, at a conclusion. You collect and analyze your data. Now, this is what is research is, okay? So, but, research could be of many types. But what would be the gross domestic product of a country in the year 2050? That is also a kind of research, right? Or maybe in in 2070, that's also a research. So there are various kinds of research, okay, when we deal with this research. So now research could be categorized into different categories. So one is definitely, general research, that is basic research and applied research. Then it also depends upon the nature of your study. That is, it could be descriptive or analytical research. Other could be on the designing part. That is, how you have designed it. That is how you have formulated your topic, and how have you, what kind of problem statement have you kind of chosen, and how are you trying to derive at a conclusion. And definitely, on the basis of the data also. Some research, needs primary data, some research needs already published secondary data, or a combination of both, right? So these are the kind of research. Any doubts to you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, now, as I said, basic research. Basic research, whatever the existing base, knowledge base is there, you're just trying to study that, or you have trying to have a knack of it. Like, biodiversity in the rainforest. How is it? Okay, how is the remote learning? Like, does it really impact the academic performance? Is it really effective? A very basic research. But applied research is when you're trying to actually, solve some specific problem. It is not for your own knowledge. You're trying to expand your own knowledge. Okay, it is like, how effective is e-vehicles, e-vehicles for pollutions, or maybe for traffic, right? So this is like, an applied research. That is, you're trying to understand some kind of an impact. Okay. Now, descriptive research. Now, descriptive research, it focuses on what is happening. You're trying to describe a problem through some observations, through some survey. Like, suppose, a shopkeeper is trying to understand um, why is the customer behavior towards some product is different than others. It is like, you're trying to understand the behavior of some person. You're trying to describe some kind of behavior or some kind of a problem sometime. Okay. So this is descriptive research. But analytical research gives you a solution to that. That is, what is the behavior of a customer when they enter the store? This is a descriptive research. But why this behavior is there and what you should do so that the customer behavior changes towards some product, that's an analytical research. Is this clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. So that is, when COVID had come, every scientist was trying to understand why these people getting cold and cough and they are dying. What is it? So that's what is basically descriptive research. What is COVID? What was COVID-19 and what is COVID now? But how do we deal with this? How do we protect ourselves from this COVID? Okay, was definitely COVID vaccination, lack of don't socialize, don't shake your hand and wear your mask. Okay, this is this is through analytical research solution. Got it? So,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Now, another kind of research is explore. So, Nischal, when you go to a new place, okay, any new place, what do you do first day when you go there? Do you like traveling?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
So maybe I would like to walk around the local place and see convenience stores, whatever things that I need
Yeah,
if I go to a new place.
yeah, and you just try to see the people there, the culture there, the food pattern over
Yes, ma'am.
there, the weather, you try to understand the difference, right? You are trying to explore something. So exploratory research tries to understand what rather than why. why the weather is so hot over here, or why it's so cold over here. Why do people consume some kind of fruits and vegetables in some part of the country, and why it is so different over here, you know. So that is exploratory research when you're trying to explore. Now this happens something sometimes, when the research is somewhere sometimes very new in nature. As I said, when COVID started off, so COVID was something very new to everyone. What is it? So,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
know, what is COVID-19? What are electric vehicles? Something very new concept, right? Conclusive research, as the word suggests, it helps us to try to come to some conclusion, obviously with the help of some analytical research, as we discussed before. So it is mainly quantitative in nature, like, if exploratory research has has come to a conclusion that, customers, they have some lack of customers lack of satisfaction towards some product. conclusive research in conclusive research, you might try to dig in the reason behind it and try to come out with some kind of a solution. Okay, now this is conclusive research with the help of some analytical research. Okay, like what is COVID-19, exploratory research, but how to stop COVID-19 is a conclusive research, which is a part of analytical research also. Clear? And the primary
Yes, ma'am.
research, when you are trying to collect your own data for the first time. Now, do you hang out with your friends?
Sometimes, ma'am.
Sometimes, okay. I used to love hanging
Yes,
out
ma'am.
with my friends, when I was of your age, and still I do that, not that I'm very old, but okay, fine. Okay, so primary research, like, so, when you all go out, somewhere, so do you all decide, okay, like which restaurant to go, which movie to go for together? You all decide, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're trying to collect some kind of a primary research that based on the majority of the opinion, we'll try to go for a movie, try to go for a restaurant, and so on, right? So now, similarly, primary research, if you're trying to understand that, what to do with electronic waste and how are the people being impacted, and you're trying to collect the data like from the locals living over there, then that's a primary research. But whereas, you're also trying to understand that how these e-wastages, they impact the landfills, the land usage, the water degradation, and other things. Now, this is through some published report you're trying to understand. Now, that's the secondary data. Clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yeah, so, now this is the last part of your session today. So, when you start your journey, as we discussed right now, as a researcher, this, like, the most important thing is to have some kind of a dilemma. You need to have some kind of energy, some kind of a question in your mind. So right now, do you have any question, like, some dilemma, for the society, or maybe wherever you're staying, okay, that this can be changed, this is not correct, or maybe like why is some phenomena happening?
Actually, there are a lot, ma'am.
There are a lot. Yeah, you can share with me one or two.
Mm, Maybe like uh, um, a lot of things like mostly those are like political, but like academically also there are a lot. Just like since my place, it is known for the tea, right? Like for all over the world, but still people out here they don't get paid properly. Like they don't
Okay.
get fair wage, and
Oh,
even though with very less earning, people out here they support the education of their children and all,
okay.
but still like there has not been any what I feel is a very constructive kind of solution to it.
Okay.
So
No, I know, and it's a serious problem. Let me tell you. Yes,
yes,
this. I mean, not only with you. This is like, with so many developing countries and underdeveloped countries. This happens. So, what is the solution to it? You think that there can be some solution?
the solution might not be immediate, but it will take on for like generations to pass over it. and
Any time
frame.
frame, you feel that, how many generations?
It's not precise to say, but I think next 2 3 decades. But again, we can't say it because
No,
it
no,
might
that's what.
change the
When
action
you
in
when
due
you
course
say
of
you
time.
can't say it, that's what researchers do. That was like here is your that researcher thing coming out. When you say that, yeah, 2 3 decades, but you can always test it. You can
Right.
always test it with the existing policy, and you can also analyze that, down the line 2 or 3 decades, when some policy changes, what would be the impact? You can do this analysis. So yeah, I really appreciate your dilemma. So, you have a dilemma. So, after when you have a dilemma, what will you do? You will start reading the literature. You will start reading the existing policies. What is the labor, like, labor law, and then, education policies and, other thing. And then, you will define a research problem. After that, when you have a defined research problem or a tentative, objective, you will have some hypothesis, right? When you have your hypothesis framed, then you can develop your proposal that, now this is my objective, that they are my topics, this is my topic, and I need to, like, understand that to down the line 2 3 decades, is it possible or not? Or if not 2 3 decades, is it 4 or 5 decades? You know, is it possible or not? That's your question. And then, there has to be a methodology to actually test that. So that methodology is depends upon your data, your sampling, how will you pick up the sample. You can't go to everyone within your city, that, are you happy with the education system? Are you happy with the law and other things? No, you can't, right? So you need to basically come out, like, come out with your correct sampling plan, wherein, like, the errors are minimized. And then, you have to refine your data, you have to do some data analysis and interpretation, and then you have to make some of your reports. And that report is like, can be published in some renowned academic journal. The objective is not that, to have a publication, but also to contribute to the society. Publication, definitely, if the work is good, any publisher would love to take your work. But, it's also about how much you're contributing to the society as an individual, and then, how much knowledge and the confidence you are gaining, right? So this is what is exactly a research process looks like. Any doubts you have?
No, man.
No, not yet. All right, so here I'm ending up this session. The next session will talk about the first step, as I said, from dilemma, and from the dilemma, we will come out with some topics to some literature gap. All right. All right,
Sure, man.
Nischal. Yeah, nice interacting with you. Thank you
Thank you,
so
man.
much for your time. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.